Y'all know I watch way too much television, and it's okay. That's my escape. You have your vices, I have mine. And I first met her as Misty Knight on Luke Cage, which at that point was the blackest show on television on Netflix. And now I was like, last season, I saw Misty as a judge in All Rise, and I was like, okay, I got to support my sister who's out there. She don't know me, but I'm gonna support this show because I don't see black judges often, women, period. Shout out to Houston though, because y'all had like 19 of them that you elected. But she's in LA County. Lola Carmichael, she plays on All Rise. Let me welcome to the show for the first time the one and only Simone Missick.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm staying safe and healthy. You know,
Okay. Now I've
that's
talked to
the number
several
one thing.
actors. I talked to Falake from Bob Hart Abishola and CBS, which you're on. They decided with that show to not even talk about the pandemic, not talk about the racial unrest. They're going they're just forging ahead with, escape, which is what television is. But
Yeah.
y'all, first episode of season 2, bam, we're right in the middle of protests. You literally put your body in front of a young girl that the police pulled a gun on. I was like, okay, this is very real. Y'all got your masks on. Everything's being cleaned, wiped down, pandemic, clear out the building. And as I was watching it, I was like, I'm doing the math count. Did they have to tear up the script? Because I don't think this is where y'all were going when you first started season 2.
You know what? It actually was. It actually was. When we finished season 1, um, there we had to change. We had to take a pivot. We decided to do the COVID episode. We were the first scripted show to, do a show in quarantine, an episode in quarantine, scripted drama. And no, this was not the jumping off point for Lola for the second season. But CBS very early on looked at what happened and people's responses from that season finale and said, okay, take this and run. And our writers just literally did that. They said, oh, so we can talk about COVID and everything else, because we had done that at the end of the first season. And so what the things that they had planned definitely shifted, definitely changed from what they had intended for the second season to where we are now.
Did the writers' room change? Because I'm seeing a heightened sensitivity to racial awareness that I haven't seen recently. We were talking a lot about Lovecraft Country on this show. There seems to be, Shonda Rhimes is doing a whole host of things. It's Kenya Barris and Obama's, like everybody now is producing content. And, even Michael B. Jordan, who is the sexiest man in the world, had an edict that his sets have to be culturally aware, but have people who look like him, at every aspect of any set that he's on. What is your writer's room looking like right now?
So Dee Harris Lawrence came on at the end of the year of last year. So she became co-showrunner in December, and she brought with her a young woman named Brianna Belser, who another Black woman came to join. And they closed out the first season. Second season, we have 2 new Black writers, in addition to those 2 women, 2 new Latinx female writers, and another female writer who's a white woman. She's a little bit older in terms of experience in life. And so it feels like, in addition to the writers that return from the first season, most everyone is represented. Even in the room, our script coordinator is an Asian woman. And so those conversations that are surrounding what is happening to the characters are also happening in the room. And they were happening during those months that they were trying to build out these scripts. And I think it shows very much so in these first 2 episodes. Dee wrote the season opener for season 2. and Kim Harrison wrote the second episode because it's a two-parter. And for me, having two Black women handling the subject of Black Lives Matter, um, the Black body, protecting the Black body, the desire of the Black woman to always try to protect the Black body, not just of men, but of children and of themselves. That is something very innate that these women experientially know. And so even with the concepts that we're tackling and the subject matter that we're tackling, there's clearly an awareness on all of the writers' parts. It doesn't matter their race, their gender, their sexual orientation. They're all very aware that you can't just gloss over it in a traditional network way. Like, this is the opportunity that most people dream of, to be able to handle subject matter like this and to do it on a network like CBS, where we don't necessarily see it done from this lens and this scope.